for your pages here. So we have different buttons we have different button options here, and we've pre-populated what we thought were pretty simple ones to use on the site. But you can go ahead and change the colors, the fonts, the font size, etc. By doing the following. So if you look at the first one, we have a section button, okay, assessment button, which is actually the call to action button, the header button, product button, pop-up button, and just an extra red button. So again, you can edit each one, you can add new buttons, but we recommend you just kind of use the ones we have provided here and just kind of change them around. So we're going to work on the header button first. So we click on edit. Okay. I would just leave this alone. That's basically the style that it's going to use. You can just leave that alone. And this is just what type of button right here. Okay, so we're going to leave it as heading as well. Basically, all you want to do is kind of play around with what's down here. So the button right now is currently white with a hover of gold. So right here, it's basically showing a transparent background on both hover. So the top one's the original, and then hover is the second one. So right here, it's a border of white hovering to gold. So if we go and change this to red and hit save, now we have a border that's red. So if we want to add the text to be red, do the same, hit save, and now that's going to be that. So, and then let's say we want to have a width. So we want the width of the button to go all the way across. It'll then do that. And we want the font size a little bigger. Just do that. And we want the alignment to be center of the button. We want the text to be aligned as well. Let's see, text aligned center. Okay. And then over here is basically your pattern and margin. So if you wanted to add a little more padding on the top of it, it'll do that. And if you want some on the bottom, it'll do that. So it's really kind of fun to play with this, but we encourage you not to go and get crazy with your buttons. You want to keep them very, very simple. Generally, you want a solid, prominent color. Let's just say black to, if I say black here, I gotta take this and take this up to full there. And then let's say a hover of red as the example. In that case, I'm gonna have to make the border the same. So black and then red. So you can actually, if you picked a very specific color and you want to bring it, you just copy it and paste it so you'll have the exact color. So in the case of full backgrounds, we want definitely to be white text generally. I'm going to keep the text white on both. Okay, all the way up on that. So if I hit save, now those colors will save. So you have to hit save for colors, and the other ones will just kind of automatically populate. So now we have a black button with a hover of red. Okay, and if we want to change the font awesome, let's say to a lightning bolt, just click that, and that should update to the lightning bolt. So we have different options in there. If you want hands or whatever, you can put that different there. And again, those are the basics. I would really try to stay with something solid or maybe standard to what we have. Again, we want these things to call to action. You want people to actually click these, so you want to keep them as simple as possible. A lot of people tend to go and get like a thickness of 4, and then they get the border to be something like a yellow or something and start getting really crazy. And then you're just going to kind of run into troubles with everything. So you really want to kind of stay simple with this, although we give you a lot of options here. So this is how you create your buttons. And again, these buttons will just show up all throughout your page automatically for you. So if we go and we click the preview button, you'll see now that button's there. Okay, so we have it full width. Obviously, we've designed it in a certain way. And the same goes for all the ones in here. Okay, so you go and you maybe want to change these colors to a solid one or something that works for you, but we kind of kept it simple for you. So the buttons, again, were in the header. These are the sections, okay? In the sections, you can choose different types of section buttons. So if you want to add a couple extras, you can do that. But again, we want to keep things consistent. And then down here, we have buttons for call to action, okay? So, and then I believe buttons for products as well. So a product button, okay? So if we go back up to the top of the screen, go to page, we go down to buttons, so you'll see all your buttons in here. And that's how basically you add all the different buttons that we have.